Hello and welcome back. I hope you had a delightful and refreshing break. You were watching a Geek Space TV, a nonprofit streaming studio in the Seattle area. And in case you missed it, because we forgot to announce before the break, the keyword for your entry is SPHIRTS.
Can you spell that?
SPHIRTS with an exclamation point at the beginning.
Wait. What's that
SPHIRTS.
supposed to? Oh,
Space shirts.
Space
Spurts.
No, it's
Spurts.
T.
Spurts.
I thought it was like space hurts.
Hey, have you gotten your spurts yet? Have you gotten
That
your
sounds like
spurts?
space skirts.
So make sure to enter that giveaway if you would like to get a shirt with our logo or the Pride version of our logo on it. In Twitch. Yes, you need to be in Twitch chat to do this.
Good call.
What do you need to text now?
SPHIRTS.
Spahurts.
1 minute, please.
Good, we made that easy.
So, let's do really quick reintroductions of who our characters are being played by, and then I will recap the first half, and then we'll dive right back into
Can
the
I go
action.
first?
Yes, you may.
This is a story of a girl named Rachel
Dun, dun.
who was throwing a lot of faulty guns.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
This is a story
Dun, dun.
of a girl named Thea
Dun, dun.
who always stole everything she could find.
Hi, I'm Dan. I play Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr. and also Jeremiah Bisquick Hines.
Oh my god,
And that's how they became the
Pirate Bunch.
Pirate Bunch. I was like, Battle Bunch.
Excuse me, point of order. We are not, in fact, spirates.
The Battle Bunch.
Another point of
The Battle
order.
Bunch.
Speak for yourself. Who are you?
Hi, my
No
name is
points of order.
Claudia, but on Twitch and Twitter, I go by Jackie-J-A-K-I-D-A-S-H. I'm playing Kika.
I'm sorry,
It's cool.
I object. That was not a loud enough ding.
Oh, sorry. But I play Kika, who is our space engineer, who was a pirate and now is in slavery. It's cool. It's not our kink. I thought it'd be clear because we talked about ball gags during break.
Okay, go.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Where was I for this conversation?
I wish
And I am Lizzie the Bold. I am
late.
Lizzie the Bold,
Stream's
not
over.
to be confused with Lizzie the Bald.
We also talked
We also
about
talked about us.
bare-faced,
Bare-
bald face, or
face.
bold face.
I
It's
was
bald
right.
face. I don't
And
care what you guys say.
and I was right, and Dan was wrong. And
No,
I
you
am
were
playing
both
Ziana,
right.
Point of order.
Whoever survives
and I am playing
gets to decide.
Ziana, captain of the Bat'leth, 7-ish foot tall red lizard woman, general badass, and about to definitely
General
save,
badass.
and about to generally save everybody. Totally.
And I am your GM for this evening, Random Tuesday. In the first half, the crew of the Bat'leth attempted to save some slaves that were trapped aboard a pirate vessel. Thea managed to sneak her way into the ductwork of this vessel. Kika remained trapped in a box, but is, I believe, going to tinker-tunker her way out of this. Conrad convinced them that he it's still part of the pirate crew, and he was merely terrified for his life because of the giant Ziana. And Spirates then closed the airlock on their side and detached their ship from the Bat'leth, leaving Rachel and Ziana, who were still in the hallway connected to the boarding tube, which was now being vented the atmosphere out into space, to jump their way back to the Bat'leth. They were aided by a mysterious telekinetic force
I don't know what you're talking
that
about.
definitely wasn't Ziana.
Definitely wasn't Rachel. It was Oksana.
Yeah, probably Oksana is a telepathic AI, a telekinetic AI, and the crew then made a couple of warning shots at the Spirate ship.
Definitely intentionally missed.
Totally intentionally missed. And Ziana had the escape pod that was inside the cargo bay of the Bat'leth vented back out into space. It is now floating in the atmosphere of space. The Spirates were like, oh, hey, look, there's life signs aboard it. They must have given up the slaves. We're going to recapture this escape pod. They grabbed a hold of it, had it redock with their ship, and as Ziana sent out a warning, hey, there's a bomb in there, because Kika had set a bomb
Mentally.
in the spaceship. Yes, this was a mental communication. So we left with the rigged to explode escape pod being attached to the Spirate ship.
There's a really annoying beeping.
Okay, cool.
That's
thanks.
the Morse code song.
I will.
I actually like that.
Are we gonna now do the giveaway?
Yeah. What is our result? Yeah, for the giveaway.
We just finished the recap, so it's giveaway time.
Giveaway time.
It's the time to do a giveaway.
Hey, you sacrificed your part in this song.
No, I saved it for now.
When you
No.
are
That's-
you get ejected into space.
What?
Benjamin
Franklin's gout.
Wait,
That is
what?
You have. You know what? Not
That's a
only
lovely
have
name.
you. Not only have you won the giveaway,
You've
have
also won my heart.
Won my heart, and a new big toe, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
rough,
with,
buddy.
hopefully
maybe with fewer
this
urine
helps make up
crystals
for your
in
gout.
them. Like
Wow, that's a little
so-
specific.
it's gout.
Would anyone have gotten the same prize?
Yes, it's a very specific prize. So, let us remind ourselves. Kika is in a box. Conrad is on the bridge of Glory's burden, Bounty's grace.
Glory's burden is a great other one.
Glorious
Save that
burden.
one.
It's your glorious burden of
Rachel's
purpose.
in the closet.
Oh.
Rachel is in the gun closet.
That
Fiona
means-
is on the bridge of the Batleth, and Thea is inside the walls.
Wait,
let's jump to
Bounty's
Thea.
Grace? Just to be clear?
Bounty's Grace is the name of the ship, but I'll save Glorious Burden for something else.
I would like to keep shimmering down until
Shimmery,
Shimmery.
shimmery,
shimmery.
Oh my goodness.
and
Continue.
until so I'm not gonna know. I mean,
Thea
Thea wouldn't know that it opens just into an empty space, but I feel like she would feel it with her feet as she's
Yeah.
like tap tap tap.
Yep. She gets to a point where there's kind of, you're gonna just fall.
So I think she's gonna try and like wedge herself with her hands as much as she can, and see if she can she'll pause to see if she hears anything, if there's anybody down there.
Give me a quick notice and wisdom. Or, yeah, notice and wisdom.
It's in a different place. Sorry. 9.
From what you can tell, there's no one in the room.
Thea is going to drop down.
Don't do it.
Well, she doesn't know though. She just knows that
I
it
mean,
didn't
you can
work
take a
out so great.
consequence.
I think that is a consequence.
Yeah, but I don't see why she wouldn't. Well, okay, if she looks down beneath her feet, can
There's
she
no
see
one
anything?
below her.
So, yeah, so
she
she
will not
would
land on a person.
she would try and drop, tuck, and roll.
Assume you're trying to drop as quietly as possible.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
give me a dexterity and exert. Dexterity and sneak, actually.
Ah. $13. No, sorry. 15.
You land silently. As you tuck in, you 3-point drop. The area of the engine room that you are in, it is pretty rapidly clear that it is an engine room. You see very close to where you fell down what would be an engine that if you were maybe not so careful in your landing or had just fallen out of the chute, you could have potentially landed on this large hunk of metallic object.
It's very
Does it
warm.
smell
There is-
faintly of Trico hair?
There is a slight smell of singed and burnt hair in the atmosphere as you are smelling it. And in fact, you see like a couple of hairs on it. There are some consoles behind you. Essentially, this engine takes up kind of a center, and there's walk space around it, and then there's kind of a larger open area where it looks like there's more of a workspace. The engine is sort of submerged into the floor. You get the sense that you're not looking at the entirety of it, and there are a couple of hatches around that probably lead further down to access other portions of it. And you very clearly feel like you are at the back of the ship, that like one of the walls would eventually lead out into the emptiness of space. You see a console to one side and a couple of other places that you could interface with.
I'd like to just do another glance, notice around the room to see if there's anybody there. She landed silently, but it's Thea. She doesn't trust anybody.
Give me another notice and wisdom.
12.
As you land, you kind of take your look around the room. You hear the sound of someone. You think they're on the other side of the engine.
Okay.
And you landed low, so you actually avoided them seeing you. But you know, like, you kind of look up and you can see the engine would basically cut you off at head height, so you see someone's head moving past.
I think Thea would try and crawl around and get behind them.
Okay.
Also, like, doing her, like, be invisible. Bit. I guess she's still got to engage, so she doesn't have to do it anymore, but she doesn't know that, so she's sneaking and kind of, like, doing this. And ultimately what I want to do is, like, sneak up behind him and use my knife to just silence him.
I think you have your assassin skill counts because this is an execution attack.
I
You
do,
can
and it
succeed in
does.
sneaking.
And that is, I think so, yes.
Um,
Because I think I still need to, I have an auto success, but I still have to roll damage.
on turn action, your point blank range attacks and knife attacks made from surprise cannot miss a target.
Yep. So presuming you succeed on sneaking around, so roll me a sneak with your bonuses, you should be able to get up behind him and silence him.
Ouch. I'm going to take my reroll on that.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh.
Also,
Oh, kind of the same.
I'm going to do this as opposed.
It's too bad I can't read your dice.
I know, right? 9. No, wait. Yeah, 9.
I rolled low. I did it as an opposed test. As you, not quite as silently as you want, you smack your toe against the engine. You get a little bit too close to it, and you get up behind him. So I'm going to give you the choice. I don't think with a single attack you'd be able to some people might be able to kill him, but Thea's probably not one of those people. How would you like to silence him? And you would be able to keep him out, depending on what you do, for a certain period of time.
Do I still have one of those knockout potions, or did we use all of them?
You used all 4.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
had knockout potions?
You missed a lot.
Missed so much.
Wow.
Thea was a waitress. I think then that she's just going to try and knock him out. And instead of my blade, I think she'll just try and with the rifle.
Okay. So because you have the assassin feat, you basically go up behind him and you just take a moment as you silently line up and kind of find that right perfect spot in the back of his head, and go ahead and roll the damage. I'm actually gonna roll the attack. It will automatically succeed. This is for me to determine how long he's gonna be out for.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no. Well, that's not going to be very long because I got a 1.
You gotta roll the nat 1. What is your total?
I rolled a nat. Oh, shush. Just, stop.
The story
But it doesn't.
of a nat one.
What would it be with, like, dex?
This would be dexterity and
And my level
Punch.
bonus, right?
yeah,
Oh,
and
and
your
punch?
attack bonus.
Okay, so 3.
Okay.
3.
Played a lot of Metal Gear.
Okay.
Cardboard box.
Great. Do I need to roll damage then too? as well?
Nope. He
Okay.
crumples.
He crumples.
You see him go down and he drops.
Does Thea have any sense of how poorly she did?
She does. She probably knows she didn't do great, but she doesn't know on a scale of 1 to 20. She doesn't know that it was
Yeah.
a 1. She probably thinks it was a 10.
Like,
Like,
maybe I can get what I need done and get out of here fast enough. I just can't linger. Okay. So, I know. I kind of want to, chat. I really do. I kind of just want to stab him right now. But what if that wakes him back up?
Stop. You have
It would
had-
make
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thea
roll,
doesn't
roll your
technically
damage for
know.
the attack real fast.
Okay. And Thea technically doesn't know that she did poorly. So, for all she knows, he's out. Shoot. I think it's +8.
It's
plus my
probably
shoot skill.
It's probably 1d6 because you're hitting someone. It's
Oh, hitting rather than.
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, great. 2, 3.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Thea doesn't realize how good or bad she's knocked him out, and she needs to get to Kika. That's her primary goal.
I mean, it could have been worse. You could have been just trying to fix it like Kika, and they grab you from behind.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I'm not.
Okay.
I think Thea's humanity takes over a little bit here. The humanity that she will never admit exists.
No, one has
And she
feelings.
doesn't slice his throat. Instead, she goes over to the console, and I want to hack into the system.
Okay. Give me your program and intelligence. What are you trying to get out of the system?
I am trying to get a map that tells me, ideally where Kika is, but in lieu of that, where all of their like gel cells are, because I
Okay.
assume that they've got some sort of that's where she is based on what she talked about.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna roll with these dice anymore.
Do you want to put him in the boo box?
We've got
7,
the cage.
8, 9. Program in what? Intelligence.
Well, you got 9 and you're like,
10.
no.
I
That's
have
just
so
enough.
many
10 is-
buffs
10 is
on
a
my
success.
program.
That is 10 is a success. You use your data tap in your hand. Your eyes twitch slightly, and you quickly cycle through a bunch of data and information on the screen, and eventually load up a map of the ship. You end up with a ship schematic. This is engineering, so that was the easiest thing for you to find. It takes a little bit more digging. You're not able to identify like specific life signs, but you are able to identify where there are clusters of people. So like you can see there are people on the bridge. You see the person, like there are 2 of you in engineering. You see there's at least like a couple of people patrolling hallways, and then there's these rooms with groups of 4 or 5 in most of the rooms. And how many did I? Looks like there are about 5 rooms with these groups in them.
Wow.
Do I have a way to just open the doors from here?
It would
To
take
those
another
rooms?
hack to do that.
It would take another hack.
Yeah, be another action.
I think Thea would do it.
Okay.
You guys, as a player, I'm really nervous for Thea. This is really
Really nervous.
uncomfortable.
Tiana totally would have just sliced its throat open. I mean, you know, different strokes.
Different up.
Yeah, no, like I'm a warrior, and she's a nice girl.
Is she? Okay.
She is.
A
Thea's
nice girl.
Thea is. She just
9.
wrapped in a prickly shell.
Do you want a success or a
cactus?
consequence? A success with consequence, or do you want to?
At the center, she's
Fail.
gooey
Success with
and fluffy.
consequence. Also, how far away am I from the door?
You knocked him on the other side of the engine, and then you probably moved to a console that was closer to the door. So I would say you're within bolting distance of the door.
Great. That's important.
The consequence is not that he wakes up. Because
Okay, good.
I have a clock for him to wake up.
Oh dear.
And you can guess how many segments it has on it.
Don't. Oh.
20? Sure.
It had them, I'm sure.
Could have.
Oh.
A little bit.
You know
So-
the best part? I picked up a 20-sided die that was on 20.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It was trained and it still failed you. As you get in there, you see all of the doors, and you just sort of send a very hastily crafted command.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes, and Kiko, where you are, the door goes clunk. Actually, it slides to the side.
Wait, it open?
Meet me.
Yes.
I just
It
tried to
opens.
open the door.
You were
to-
immediately booted from the system.
Okay.
And Conrad, you see displayed on the screen, hacking attempt. We have been infiltrated. And Liang goes, what was that? Who was hacking? Where? And then immediately starts looking on the console.
Yar, I'm on it, Captain. Do not fret over it. Jeremiah Bisquick Hines has it under control.
Do we have someone on board the ship? Did one of them stick or stay?
Yar, 'tis nary possible with the fast acting you did to clear out the entire cargo area that we were in.
Hallway.
The
Yarr.
hallway.
I,
Bisquick.
I, you can put cargo anywhere.
We put
Therefore-
them in cells. Bisquick.
Yar.
Did something happen to you while you were over there? You haven't told me about what happened.
Yar, 'twas quite a fright, Captain. You don't want to hear about it. 'Twas a nightmare. I'm just glad to be back amongst me pirate brethren. Isn't that right, me mateys?
Oh my god.
Leanne begins humming that. Please give me a perform and charisma.
Why do you do these things?
I mean, you know why.
I want to remind you, when we were doing leveling, I was like, talk or perform. Like, social skills are always useful for people to have. And Dan was like, no, I like that Conrad's bad at them.
Yeah,
You did say that.
I do have talk at
You
0.
do. You
Can I-
do.
can I- can
you
I-
do not
I
have
am
perform,
talking.
though. You are performing
Yeah.
very clearly. Talk is for less.
Great.
Yarring.
10.
That is success.
Yay!
I had to roll an 11 to get 10.
To get 10.
I'm proud of you.
As he says all of this, Leanne goes and gets very, very close to you. Find the intruder and either kill them or lock them in a cell.
Yar. Do you
I'm
have
gonna
a
take
preference?
a group and we're gonna go down and open that pod and get the rest of the slaves back in their cells.
Yar. 'Tis a fine plan, Captain. The hat looks good on you.
Sliding on her face. Like, no, this is terrible. I don't. She like adjusts this hat. Okay.
Me.
I'm still trying
May
to
I-
fix whatever Kika did to these guns.
Okay.
Fix them.
So
Again.
still under the impression that she can in some way control this explosion and when it happens because no one has informed her otherwise.
I'm a little bit busy trying to get out.
Me. But she does this like in general to everyone. Kika, how do I set off the explosion after you have to let me know when you all get into safety so that I can set off the explosion. How do I do that?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The pod
Yes.
that you rigged to explode.
It's going to explode, correct?
Yes, but how do I trigger the
Oh,
explosion?
no, I they're going to trigger it. They're going to open it and surprise!
I don't know why you're making that face, Ziana, but I'm sure you've gotten excellent news from someone.
Kika, what did you do?
I set up the explosion so when they open it, it's surprise!
Kika, that is not what we discussed. You're
I
all
like the
still
idea that
on
suddenly
the
this is
ship.
out loud and
Yes,
mental.
yes. She's definitely yelling at the console. Kika, this is not what we discussed. You're all still on the ship. What happens when it blows?
See, I didn't think we were going to be on the ship. And she's like in the room with the. Did not think.
Wait, there's gonna be an explosion? What explosion's happening?
Shh.
Is our shipping the door's open. Should we leave now? And they start like gathering the wires.
Yeah,
and, like,
use the
weapons.
wires as weapons. Go, save family.
Conrad, I need to know. Conrad, I need to know how I'm getting all of you off of this. You have to give me some kind of opening to dock again.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Is there another? Oh, wait.
There are two.
Is that-
Where is
there
Leia?
Open
there is a
meet-
piece of information
Yes.
that you have,
Oh,
which
yes.
is the number of escape pods on this ship.
Yeah, maybe. Why don't we just take another escape pod? Also, I opened all of the doors to all of the cells. Also, I'm pretty sure that they know that I'm here now. Also, I knocked out somebody, but I'm just gonna seal the engine room and vet all of the oxygen after I leave, so we should be fine. That was.
Stabbing him.
Are we beeping or meeping?
Slow asphyxiation. I assume you're
We're
on meeting.
meeping because we don't want to be over comms in case someone hears.
Meep.
Except Ziana's also yelling it.
Is this on the party line or is
Yes.
this like
Yeah,
on
party
the-
line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
sorry,
think
Rachel.
we have.
It's fine. I don't want to be mentally linked to you weirdos.
I think we have a small scale rebellion on our hands.
Meep. Wait. Are
Oh,
we
I'm out.
leading the rebellion, or are we?
Oh, it's a losing rebellion.
Are there enough
Character.
escape pods for
Thank you.
for the three of you and all of the slaves to get off the ship?
So, what do I know about the escape pod situation?
There are 4 escape pods. And
One of them is rigged to blow.
They are supposed to probably only have 5 people in them, but
It's
with
a short
discomfort,
range.
you could get about 10.
And how many people do we have with all the slaves and ourselves?
There are 22 slaves left on the ship, which you would calculate knowing that 8 made it to the Batleth, and you had a total of 30, which would mean plus the 3 of you, that would be 25 people total.
Meep. Look, I'm kind of confused by what all of you are saying, but there should be just enough room. It'd be really tight, but I think we could get all of us onto the escape pods. The problem is that the new current captain is currently scouring the ship for the. Did she go after the slaves?
No,
or-
she went to the escape pod
To the escape
to
pod.
open the one that they just picked up.
Oh, that's good.
To bring the new slaves
Did
back
the
on
4
the ship.
that you said include the one that's been returned? Oh.
So there are 3 that won't explode.
But is that in their cargo bay? Because
Yeah,
that's how
can
you.
fit 30 people in there.
Because they would have pulled their escape pod into their cargo bay. Because you
No,
can't
they would have.
reseal. You can't reseal an escape pod.
They would have reattached it.
Oh well, that's bad because we're going to the same place.
Meep.
Are they all in
Okay,
the same
we've got
They
to.
are not all in the same
That
place.
would be
They're
very
essentially, if you
unsound.
imagine like the escapes on an airplane, escape slides, like they're like
Oh.
Yeah, they're spread out
spread
evenly
out
so
evenly
that you
across the
can
ship. So
be
there's
close to one at all times.
there's one on the bottom level, which is the one that, and then there's one in the front, and then 2 at the back on the top level. Conrad used one of the ones on the back on the top level, which is where they reattached it.
Meep. We don't have enough escape pods in the sense that we don't have enough escape pods that aren't currently armed to detonate.
No, we do
You
because there's
There's
4
25
total.
people, and there's 3 pods left.
And there's
like,
one that's
they
But I
can-
thought you said it was like
they're
5 per.
comfortably
10.
fit 5. They
Uncomfortably
uncomfortably
fit
can fit
10.
more.
How much more?
They can fit about 10.
Okay.
Like, it's not safe and it's not comfortable, but you're Spirates.
Meep.
Oh, sorry. You're Ica. You actually think there's not enough escape pods.
Oh no.
You
Oh,
can.
no.
You are the boss of your own thing.
You've seen 8 people.
So-
You've put 8.
Yeah.
You said, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Meep. All right. I know I'm kind of dithering here, but I'm pretty sure I got it now. There's 3 escape pods. I think we could get everyone on it. The problem is that currently there's one that's set to blow up. I think whenever the
Don't use that one.
Well, they're using that one, right?
Meep. How are we setting off the explosion for the one that they got in?
Oh, they'll figure that out.
Wait, what do you mean they'll figure that out, Kika?
Kika rigged it so that once it opens, it explodes. You all need to get onto the good escape pods and eject yourselves right now.
how big an explosion are we talking here?
I used more than like like Kika's like, look, I built it before I got pulled into slavery. So I
Kika!
hope as big as I can.
What if they had opened it
Just
on the bat?
Kika, just tell me how many ohms the explosion is.
I get a 9 to fix the gun.
It'll take some time, but you're resetting the settings to your preferences.
Oh, we had
22,000
I just wanted to do anything.
Okay, so a 22,000 ohm explosion, is that going to take out all of the
It will not
Spirit
take
ship?
out the entire ship, but you would also know that where it is located could potentially have some repercussions on like an engine and potentially some fuel, and there
bigger
is
explosion.
Chain
chances
reaction.
of chain reactions and larger
You're
explosions. Basically, you'll have limited time once they open that pod.
Meep. Kika, that was not the plan.
Get onto the escape pods
Okay.
right now.
Conrad, you see Liang starts walking down the hallway towards the escape pod at the back corner of the ship. Kika, what do you do?
Get to escape pods. Go. Everyone's out, right? Like all the doors are open.
You peer out, and like all of these doors are open, and there are people flooding into the
Great.
hallways.
Who's the tallest?
You find a tall person.
You wave your hand up in the air. Great. 10 people, please follow him to the right. Shortest person.
Some spirates start harassing them.
There's pirates?
Yes, there's still spirates on this ship. There's crew members.
Go. I'll distract them.
I comes to Ziana, having heard some yelling, and I say, "So, are we not communicating with them anymore? What happened?"
I don't. They're the
Should I
escape pod.
shoot- should
The
I
escape
shoot?
pod that the escape pod that she put the bomb in.
I saw that.
it's rigged to blow when it opens.
Oh.
They are headed over to open it right now because they think that there are life signs in it and they want to retrieve their cargo, and there is nothing I can do to yell at my crew enough to
Okay,
make
and I
them
like turn off while you're still like mumbling. Can I aim at some part of like I know where they like I saw obviously there's visual here. I saw where their cargo bay is, where they like got the escape pod in. Can I try and shoot where I think a hallway would be on the way to that? So like maybe I'll get like a
Trying to blow a hole in their hull.
so that they can't go to the cargo bay.
You would be aiming for the top.
They're not
section
in the
at top,
cargo
'cause It's not the
bay.
cargo bay, but yes, you can
Well,
aim for a hallway.
wherever they
with-
received
yeah.
that escape
You're
pod,
going to
I want to. Well,
It stops a big explosion.
It's overtime. Okay, can I aim for that?
Yes. Go ahead and roll an attack.
She's smiling.
Which one is the good one?
He's one of us.
The big one, the big,
The big
pretty
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you do you, but I really like that one.
Thea, what are you doing?
Thea, as soon as she heard
Okay.
about escape
Plus
pod,
my attack bonus. I got a 19.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
What's the ship's gun
The
damage?
ship,
The more accurate
I
one.
assume you're using the A armor
Not the
piercing
sand one, because that's not very accurate.
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
Is
real
it a
fast.
D4,
The
2D4?
multifocal laser, it's 1d4.
Okay.
Plus your very skills in gunslinger does apply.
Oh, okay. So dex and shoot?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I get 4.
You were targeting this attack. As that happens, Conrad, you look down the hallway, you see Liang, and a bolt just tears through the hull of the ship. It's not huge, but it is enough that air just starts getting sucked out of the hallway. And Liang immediately pulls an emergency lever, and the hull doors close off on that hallway section.
So Thea would have left engineering as soon as she heard about this and
Yeah.
started trying to make her way to an escape pod. Am I in danger?
That's a different side.
Okay.
There's
okay.
probably one pod on that, because you're talking
Yeah,
about like
so
a.
it's like two back
But there's
sections.
that middle hallway, so there would be an airlock.
you're-
There should be like no one going that way unless they're going to the wrong escape pod.
We need 3 of the escape
But there's one here, one
You
here.
would be going to the nearest one,
here,
which
and
would be the
here,
one
and
on
the
the-
middle
the
hallway
bottom
would
level.
have an airlock on it. They should be all separated. Anyway, over the comms I say, I think I've bought us some time, Captain.
I get onto the ship's comms, and so
Which
if the
ship's comms?
the Spirate ship
Okay.
comms, and I say, "Yar, intruder has been detected near the first escape pod," assuming that was the one that is currently rigged to blow. All hands are ordered to put all of the prisoners into the remaining escape pods for safekeeping,
Oh, look at this.
and then head over to that first escape pod to track down the intruder.
Okay. The first part sounded
And I
real
dart my
reasonable.
eyes back and forth.
For this, I will allow you to use talk
Hey!
and charisma.
Damn. Oh. Yeah, that's not great. 4.
What do you
That
wanna do?
was not a
What
success.
do you want to do?
What are my options as far as...
If you would like to succeed, meaning that the crew begins putting all of the slaves on the 3 escape pods and immediately heads over to try and get the intruder, there will be a consequence. If not, then the story will move forward in a way that I determine.
Decisions, Sam.
It's really hard to decide if everyone dies or lives.
Yeah. I don't know how you're feeling about your mortal soul right now, but
I'll be fine. I don't know about you guys.
I suppose in the interests of all of those people it would affect, I should take a failure.
You're gonna take a consequence, you mean? You're gonna succeed? Or
No, a failure.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
All right, you're gonna
not
let the story
succeed.
progress.
Yeah.
The comms crackle. You hear some of this, and some of the crew are like, maybe we'll start doing this. They sort of stop harassing and start corralling, but a lot of the crew do not look convinced. No one comes to bother you.
Can I get a understanding of what's happening, a recap? 'Cause
Yeah.
There's been a lot.
So you were on the ship. In one back corner, there was the hull was breached by a very targeted shot through a weakness. The atmosphere began venting, and so a safety door just slammed down and closed off that section, so it can be dealt with. That is where the escape pod that is rigged to blow is.
Anything that you would like.
Opposite that, there is another good escape pod, and then one towards the front, kind of near the helm, there's another escape pod.
Okay.
That would be the closest for people on
There's
the bridge.
1, 2, 3, and there's.
And then on the bottom level, there is the third escape pod. It is right near engineering and cargo bay.
Okay.
And at this point in the hallways, flooding the hallways are about 20 slaves that have all left their rooms and are sort of panicked. You would see there is Liang, there is Bob, and then there would be an additional 5 people. There's one down in engineering. There's probably another one in the cargo bay. So there were at least 3 people that were kind of patrolling the hallways. But they're getting outnumbered to some extent, but they do seem to attempt to be trying to stop the slaves.
Okay. Meep, where are you?
Mimi, just left engineering.
Okay.
Maybe I should seal the door.
Escape pod 3. Go to escape pod 3. I'll meet you there.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh!
Thea's gonna turn back and try and lock the door so that she can't be followed
Okay.
and shot in the back.
Go ahead and roll another program in intelligence for this. You see him start to stand up and hold the back of his head as you dart out of the room.
12.
And the door just and locks in place.
Okay.
And he gets up. He looks. You don't know what he's doing. You don't at this point. There's no windows.
As I'm running for the escape pods, are there any rooms that look like they might store something valuable?
Storerooms are on the upper floor.
Damn it.
You're literally at leave engineering, and now you're in the cargo bay, and off to one side is where one of the escape pods is.
Thea
That's the
looks
one I'm running.
minorly pissed that she didn't go through his pockets first. Now that Kika's okay. But she keeps going toward the escape pod, and she's keeping her eyes peeled. Every time she sees a door that might be partially open, she'll
No, not.
it's Thea.
That's fair.
Thea, you get to the escape pod, and you are joined by about
She's not fighting
six,
that impulse. But
6 slaves. 6 people who seem to be running down the stairs. A couple of them are holding bits of wire and beating the crap out of some spirate that's trying to stop them.
We're
Wires
such
are
an
good.
inspiration.
I didn't get to use my MacGyver, Tinker Tunker, but I did give them weapons. And Kika's moving quick. She's it's kind of loud, which is good, but people are moving fast, which Kika's not really great at fast moving things. Because it's harder to pinpoint sounds and echolocation when everyone's moving. Conrad, you make it to get to it.
Meet Kika?
Yeah, I'm here. Where get to an escape pod. Get to an escape pod.
Whoa.
Meep, Kika? You okay?
No, but
No?
Kika turns around the corner and she sees the escape pod and she's doing.
You were
her-
going for the one downstairs.
I told her to meet at the same
Okay.
one, so I'm going for that one. If I needed to do a roll to dodge or I'm just hoping
Yeah,
Spyro
give
doesn't
me,
remove their iPad to go you, because I was the one who started the prison ride, obviously.
Give me an exert and dexterity.
Those are nice stats that Kika doesn't have.
I do have exert.
Oh,
I do
you
have
rolled
exert.
well. Good,
Because
good.
flying.
That's good.
Yeah. 8.
Oh, that's not that great.
8's not that great. You get swiped by a spire on the way, and yeah, they lift up their eye patch and they say, "You," and they just clothesline you.
Does Thea see this? Does this happen in front of Thea?
Yeah, I think she's trying to get
Is there a
past
kick?
the one
Well,
that's at the top of the
yeah.
stairs that they're fighting back with their new wire whips.
Oh, I think Thea.
And you take 4 points of damage.
I think Thea calls him a mother. She pulls up her rifle and tries to take a shot at him.
Okay, roll it.
That's not what I need to roll. There it is.
How close are...
Come on.
Scurry. Does the kick help me get down the stairs faster is the
Yeah,
question.
the damage
Isn't it?
doesn't come so much. He clotheslines you as you're trying to scurry over him, and then you tumble over and land at the bottom of the stairs.
Fair.
It's an 8, but like,
Yeah, your
Yeah.
shot goes wide.
yeah. Can I throw my rifle at him?
Is your throwing really better than your shooting still?
No, it's not. But
It's not
she is
at all.
emotional and angry, and she missed her shot.
I'm on my way.
He's gonna be distracted by slaves fighting him.
Great. I would like to throw my rifle at him. Oop. Thank you. Oh, well, that's a
not
step
really.
up, but not where I need it to be, I think. An 8 without my bonuses.
Your rifle lands against the wall and drops at his feet. And he's like, "Ooh, a rifle!" And he picks it up.
Conrad's rifle.
This is like the 3rd time that's happened.
That's true. She's thrown his rifle at a lot of people, and they picked it up and been excited about it, and then she's taken it back when they're dead.
Conrad, what are you doing?
Well, things weren't really going quite the way Conrad had hoped. And things are kind of frantic. And
Did Conrad have a plan?
plans? What are plans?
We all have
Other than-
Had a plan.
Plan was to retire and on a nice beach planet, but here he is instead.
With?
With?
There was a with in there.
No, there was.
No.
There was
Continue.
a with.
Continue.
He knows he needs to get as many of the slaves as he can off the ship. So he reaches onto a patch on his arm and he says, "Time to get vertical." Presses a button that's.
I forgot to. Yeah.
Luge, get
That's-
ready. This is the second
Do
part.
I have to roll for this? Or is it?
Yeah, I actually want you to roll me. Just give me a mental saving throw.
The people have been
Can I
waiting.
borrow your
so
book
long.
real fast? I need to look something up. that I
Oh.
forgot to write
Rachel,
down.
22.
Rachel,
Okay, then I
now
don't need to, but I will later on. You feel the surge of. If you imagine someone boiled down Space Mountain to do into Space 5-hour energy and then intravenously injected it into you via a subcutaneous patch,
What did you do?
that is what is just
I've been
happened.
away.
That is what is just
Oh
happened.
my god.
Rachel, having accomplished all she can accomplish in the gun closet, leaves the gun closet, grabs a Soylent, and goes to her room.
It's
And
like, it's over.
I can't really do anything else without I can't gun, so I'm just gonna
Oh.
They'll get off the ship.
I would like-
vertical over there.
I would like to try a thing
We will.
when I get a second.
He's also going to slap a lift patch on himself.
Oh my goodness, what?
What's
He's
That's
a-
a good idea.
Yeah.
It's
That's
it
a-
heals. I'm just looking at it. Heals 1d8 plus your heal skill level.
Yeah.
Vertical in several dimensions at
That's
once.
perfect.
Well, I rolled a 1, so with the heal and the Mountain Dew, I get 3
Nice.
back, bringing me to a total of 13 hit points.
Mountain Dew. Space Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he was our DPS. Now he's our tank.
no.
I'm sorry, how many
I
hit
don't-
points?
It's really kind of too bad that you failed your
just
mental saving throw.
I succeeded the
No,
mental-
it's too bad you
cocaine.
succeeded
Oh,
because
yeah.
you could have gotten some temp hit points.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Next time.
Next
I mean, that's
time.
half the reason I did this.
Sorry.
Great.
No. That's
Anyway,
perfect.
he leaves the bridge,
Where we are.
filled with confidence, but not hit points, and heads to where the other escape pods are.
Okay. The hallway seems to be thinning out a little bit. The slaves, in mass, they seem to be doing a pretty good job because their ratio is about 5 to 1.
Yeah.
They're getting hurt because the 5 have no guns and the 1 has guns.
Anyone
but-
that's shooting at them, I'm going to take shots at. And,
Okay. Roll me just a couple of hits, and we'll just
Alright.
we'll use that as some help.
It's 24.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll hit one of them.
and 13, 14, 17.
Cool. You get off a couple of solid shots, which pulls some of the major harassers away from one of the groups and lets another 3 get on the pod nearest engineer, not engineering, the helm.
Don't judge me,
I
Claudia.
love how many. I'm not. I know what you're doing. I love it.
Oh.
It looks like almost all of them have made it onto pods. At this point, you see Liang is, as the chief engineer, she would be the one trying to fix the hole in the hull. And so she is very actively working on getting the door open. Like, you see her kind of like strap in and get ready to like go and repair the hull with an oxygen mask on. So she seems fairly distracted. And the other spirates are... There's a couple downstairs, and then there's a couple more. Which escape pod are you gonna head to?
I'm gonna head to whichever one is the nearest one, but I'm not going to get onto it until I'm convinced that everyone, at least that I'm aware of, is on board a pod.
That sounds
Okay, then someone is going to take a shot at you, but they are gonna miss horribly.
Great.
As you hold
I don't have a lot of hit points.
pod that you're at, oh wait, wrong guy. You have about 7 people. You know that, I don't know, you guys see that there are 9 people currently at yours.
Ours?
Yeah.
So there
There's
and
us
there's like
two.
8. Is
Sorry,
there just
there's
the
8
one
plus the 2 of you.
And there's just the one spirate
Yeah.
that's being a jerk.
Let's just leave.
I
There's
don't
10 of
know.
us.
Oh, he hurt Kika.
Like, let's just leave. And you're like, oh. Wait, she misses?
All right, I like threw the rifle and then you just like hit the escape pod, so Thea's like starting
Thea's,
to like
in the pod, and like Kika's like, no, in the
'Cause,
pod,
like-
and jettisoning pod.
So
Oh.
that's 8 of the captives plus Kika and Thea.
S class save for this pod.
Yeah, good thing Kika was there because
We forgot about Tula!
oh no. And Conrad's rifle. They're both gone.
We don't have any.
But we have Thule too.
We have Tuli too, which is the play
Conrad,
preschool
you
edition of this.
hold as the like last 2 remaining slaves. One has made it to you. The other pod jettisons. You guys don't know how many there's on it. And one more slave gets on, and someone else are gonna take another shot at you, Conrad. They are gonna hit.
Oof.
We cannot do another episode of the
7
ship.
points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty.
Get out of there.
Does
But he's pretty vertical right now. I don't know if he,
He
has
can't.
Yeah.
He's actually
Yeah.
incapable of it when you're on lift.
I am
I don't know what that is.
I am utterly convinced, or not lift the
I don't know what
psych.
that is.
Psych.
What is
It's a
what
drug.
is-
He
It's
is
Space
on
Mountain Dew.
speed.
I am basically utterly convinced of my capability to do
It gives
whatever
you
it is.
bonuses
I'm
to
trying
your
do.
roll with the disadvantage that you like can't withdraw from combat.
Does
Nice.
Thea
Perfect.
know that
Great.
he is still on the ship? Because there's been a lot of
Was he
discussion
fast?
with him.
You can meet me.
Yeah. Meet. Is everyone off the ship?
Wait, who are
Is
you?
this
meet?
open?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Okay.
Meet. My
I-
escape pod's almost full.
Someone
The
two
last person gets on board.
just ejected. Are all of you off?
Kika and I are on the same one, but I've lost my rifle because some jerk tried to hurt Kika. Anyway,
Conrad,
the point
what do
is,
you do?
So
totally-
my escape
well,
pod
this
is
is a
full.
meet,
Can
never
I
mind.
see the escape pod that I know is armed with the bomb from where I am, or is it?
No, not
Okay.
clearly.
Then all that's left to do is get on it, the escape pod myself, and pizza to go.
Oh God.
Do you say it
there
out
are
loud or
3
meet me?
escape pods beginning to move their way from the ship. You hear over the like, last crackling comm as Liang has no idea you've left. All right, we're through. I'm going to the escape pod.
The Batleth begins to position itself to actually is there any way that I can put the Batleth between the escape
give me the
pods and the
piloting.
ship? Okay.
Oh.
Hmm.
That was good. good.
9 and I'm assuming not strength.
No, it is dexterity or
So-
intelligence.
That is 9. Can I take? I'm gonna take a success with consequence.
Okay. You.
I'm about to do damage to my ship.
Yes, yes, you are. The only way you can get your ship in between all of the escape pods is to get real close. To
Oh,
basically
no.
put the batleth right next to the detonation. And you just steer in and you turn over and you look through the view screen as you see the eruption of a beautiful explosion, and then it fairly immediately goes out because it's space and there's no oxygen in space.
Wait,
as-
22,000 ohms explosion?
And then you see what looks like a slight chain reaction explosion as it hits one of the engines and then catches one of the fuel, and the back half of the ship blasts. Real good. You did not open this inside the batleth. You were gonna lose the ship if that happened.
Well, I guess I
Well,
didn't
we could
need
have
to
taken
rent
the
it.
Spirate ship.
Yeah.
I mean,
The batleth.
I
I'm
forgot.
still making payments, and I don't have gap insurance on the batleth.
Takes 10 points of
The
hull
batleth?
damage
That's a
as
lot.
it rips
Isn't it
the
60?
exterior of the hull.
No, it's 20 total.
I forgot my character wears an eye patch.
Yeah, I asked you that earlier.
Did you?
With that, you are floating in space.
Is
All of us?
batleth in any kind of condition to start picking up?
Your best bet would probably be to tow the escape pods and contact the much
Okay.
larger ship you know
well,
about.
it was either gonna be like one at a time, pick up, unload, jettison, pick up, unload, jettison.
You could do that.
Let's do that because towing sounds like it would be
Slow.
yeah.
Hey, are you okay?
So
You guys
okay.
are like squished.
So
You're like,
Ziana,
Yeah, we're like,
Alright?
Ziana,
Is everything fine over here?
Oksana.
Oh, I'm not talking to you.
Oksana,
Captain.
contact Surin. Let them know to rendezvous at whatever coordinates, and
Captain,
then she
if
starts.
I was human, I would have lost a sizable portion of my flesh.
I'm very sorry, but we had to protect the escape pods.
I appreciate the nobleness of your action. Next time, perhaps inform me that you intend to utilize me as a shield.
Will do. We're gonna start picking up and unloading and picking up
Yep,
and
unloading.
unloading.
Okay.
Their ship is full.
Who do you care about first? Let's be real. I need to know.
Yeah, what order do you try and go in?
I don't know which of
Yeah, I
you are
don't-
in which pod.
Oh, okay.
So what order do we
I will,
get
I
on
will
the ship?
roll. Which pod goes first? Pod 1, which had Conrad in it.
Oh.
We're
And
not
then
happy.
pod 3, which was Kika and Thea, and then pod 2, which has no one in it.
No one?
Well, that's like just
Oh.
No one
No
of
one
consequence.
important.
No one
No one
important.
is.
No one named.
Just slaves.
So, okay, so once all of this is done, Ziana would set up.
I am in the cargo bay, like yelling at people to go here and go there,
Yeah.
so that
Oh,
we
good.
have,
No,
'cause
you're
we have
taking
to
care of
open
it
it
then.
and like. I have a very high lead score.
You are
Good.
coordinating them so much better than Kika ever did.
yeah.
And one of them are like, you are much better at this than that tiny bat.
Rachel, let's set everyone up in wherever we can fit them into the quarters.
I
and
used tarps that were covering cargo containers to set up a bunch of hammocks.
we're also going to put them in the quarters. We're probably going to need the space for that as well. So I suggest if there's
Very
anything
important
you don't
question.
want people to see.
Oh, I already moved all of my stuff when I put them into my hiding
And
spaces
also in the
into my other
copulation
hiding
queue.
spaces.
Do you let them go in Hexy's room?
Oh my goodness. I forgot that Hexy had a room. Why did
Yeah,
Hexy have a
Hexy
room when she's
has a
not here?
Excuse me, because Hexy is still a member of this crew.
Okay, wait a second. So I'm assuming that like you're doing stuff on the bridge while I'm in the cargo bay, like assigning people to places. I probably just like put people in there, and you don't even like.
This would definitely occur to her. Like this would definitely occur to her.
Yeah.
So, but yes, because they're also going in her room, but also she would first remove some things from Hexy's room that are of particular sentimental value, and also her sword from her room.
Yeah.
And stash them all carefully.
Okay.
But not in
Eventually,
Thea's
you get everybody loaded onto the ship, and it is pretty quickly determined that the nearest habitable place where you can drop off a bunch of refugees would be Duranga.
That's where we need to go anyways.
I'm like, while we're on our way back, I'm calling like a bunch of people I know, calling in some favors to like get people fed and housed and
Ideally not
jobbed.
sold into slavery.
Yeah, that
again.
would suck.
I mean, that
Sienna
There's
has
probably some of that on
Unfortunate.
Duranga too. Let's
Sienna
not
has
do that.
5,000 guck that I was given. That she was given. She would distribute that amongst the slaves,
Okay.
so that they have something to start their lives with.
Thea would actively avoid being anywhere near that happening.
And now I am very poor again.
You almost paid enough money for. You almost had a down payment, like a pretty sizable payment.
Almost had a really sizable payment on the ship. That's fine.
Oh.
It's okay. My portion's gonna fix this.
I haven't been saving any money. It's fine. But this is important.
So you have time as the ship is in transit to Duranga.
So
Go. No, please.
So I think first, like, since Kika and Thea were in that like small space, they were just like, I
There was
assume
a
we
lot
were
of,
just
like-
are you fine?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You didn't say you were okay earlier.
I got burned.
Okay.
But that was my fault. Engines
Ah.
are hot.
Well, yes. Also, we should when we get back, Rachel does that thing, and you
No.
should.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
They're like
not
burn marks.
hygienic. That's not hygienic.
It's fine.
No,
It's what. Hey, look, it's what my grandma did to my mom. It's what I did. My mom did to me.
Promise
what I
me you
did to my
won't
kid.
ever do that to me. No, I need a promise now. I really need a promise. No, Kika, I'm serious. You can't do this.
Like Kika's like, ah.
Nope. And then I think that's like when we
That's
dock.
the moment.
Like the door opens and Kika's like, and Thea's like, nope.
Okay,
there
how
is some,
big,
like,
how
head
big
nudges.
is the ship?
This one is based off of the free merchant ship.
So like how is it 10 meters long? Is it longer than
Oh, it's
that?
long. It's longer than 10 meters. Yeah.
I feel like okay, so I have let's say that the whole like travel back is like a scene or whatever. I'm gonna commit all my effort. Rachel is basically like using my tissue integrity field to like while she's walking around and getting people like the whole time she's like healing because it's all allies within 10 meters and she's walking up and down the ship.
Oh, so you're just.
I'm healing everybody.
So you're a saint.
You come back
Well,
on the
'cause
ship
she's-
and
no,
like
she's
it kind of
doing-
settles over you very
She's doing the
pleasantly.
leader thing,
Yeah.
but part of that is like comforting and you're okay and like it is actually HP.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go over and like talk to one of the slaves and like you just watch as like a cut on like a wound on their face just heals in front of you.
This is fine.
That happens multiple times as you go and check in
Yeah.
with other people.
Yeah.
Like as you land on the ship and you're like, the skin like freshens over and turns.
No, that is
into, like,
not because of your
skin.
saliva. That is
Over the course
Yeah,
of
you totally think it's because of your saliva.
you heal a specific amount at first. But
Yeah,
you will
it's
by the time we
it's 2d6 plus 2, but you messed with the HP scores,
Yeah.
so
I think I wrote them somewhere. Right now.
I really want Thea to get injured.
yeah, I'm Lucio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tissue whatever one is definitely being Lucio.
Conrad is not.
There's a circle around me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see it. It's an orange line.
It turns green when I go really fast.
Conrad is not in good shape. When he gets off his escape pod, having come down from Space Mountain Dew, and at 6 hit points out of 61.
Well, we're gonna see
He-
how many you get back.
What level in psionics are you?
I'm level 2
So
bioscience.
it's 3d6 plus your wisdom plus your level.
Okay. And what level are we right now? 5?
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, because I bumped everyone's HP up, so I bumped the healing up as well.
16 HP.
I mean, that's great.
You're way.
Even before that happens, though, like he's just gonna pretty much collapse in a corner of the cargo bay, and
Underneath
he's
the salmon ladder.
underneath the salmon ladder, and I don't even know if he'll wake up like anytime soon.
Well, in your dreams, you have a feeling of being in a warm cocoon.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice. It's like being back in the womb.
Yes.
Are you gonna wake up before we hit Duranga?
How long is the trip?
A few days, a day or so, probably.
I mean, he would probably wake up at some point, but he's just
Someone has carried you to the cube.
he has. How long does it take for us to lose system strain? Because
It's
he's
1 point a day.
Yes.
Like one for a night of sleep.
so he's taken system strain from the Mountain Dew, from the lift,
From the hand.
From the hand.
Injection.
yeah. So he's
And from the healing.
so he probably does wake up at some point, but he's probably not awake for more than a few hours at a time. I'd say.
Okay. I think that like Thea occasionally swings by the cube just to her excuse is, oh, oops, habit. Didn't mean to be here. Oh, right, you're here now, you asshole. And then she like leaves, but she doesn't say any of that. And when no one is watching, she just like stares at him for a little bit, and then she just walks off. She's not gonna punch him while he's knocked out.
That's so nice of her.
That's
It
Considerate.
really is. Very
One-
nice of her.
One of these times when Thea is climbing out of the copulation cube, Ziana passes her, kind of glances over.
Force of habit.
I understand.
Just got used to. I just. I wasn't checking up
How
on
is
him.
he?
Fine.
Good.
But I wasn't checking on it.
No.
I have no idea. He's fine.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Good.
I mean, I happened to see him while I was up there before I realized
Yeah.
that I shouldn't.
You did good work today. I need to go find Rachel.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. You
Yes.
good captaining and shit. All right, I'm gonna go.
Yes, likewise. Going.
Bye.
I'm probably feeding people.
Yeah.
The
Kitchen
kitchen
is
is
like full on Mother Teresa right now.
Oh my goodness, we're probably out of
okay,
Mito Stickos.
Lead is like one of
Yeah.
her highest scores.
Yeah. No. This is
yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
lovely.
It's just beautiful. I mean, considering all of the other assholes on the ship, like,
I'm not nice to you.
Yeah,
well,
that's
Theo
fair.
was really a dick when you arrived. So
These people were slaves.
So Ziana is gonna go find Rachel. That she is actually doing that, and when she finds Rachel, see if there's anything I can do to help.
Do you guys actually have an inventory of the food you keep in here, or is it just stuffed in random corners?
We did have an inventory. I'm not certain how accurate it is anymore.
Also, this place is very unsanitary.
Sometimes powder gets thrown around.
I'm not sure if that's actually edible or not.
Neither am I, but that doesn't generally
here.
stop some people from eating it. There are occasionally I would recommend not drinking them.
No.
Sometimes it's very questionable.
We'll have to restock all of our food supplies and medical supplies and everything supplies when we get back to Duranga.
yes.
And then she like pauses after that, like while you're talking, and it's like, I just said we. It's fine.
Thank you, by the way, for the boost. I didn't know that you could do that.
The what?
The boost. When I was jumping from the Spirit ship to the Batleth, I felt you move me.
That was the air.
No. I'm very familiar with what it feels like to be moved by a telekinetic. That was definitely what it felt like. You... Look, I don't know what your feelings are or where they come from about the things that you can do, but Rachel, you have a real gift, and I hope that
Do you know what happens to untrained psionics?
What?
They go crazy.
Do you think you've gone crazy?
Not yet.
Well, then I suppose that means you need to get training. You can't.
It's more complicated. Anyway, like we're alive, right? So that's all that matters.
We are. And thank you. And then Ziana takes whatever direction Rachel gives her to help out.
You find an inventory, and Oksana is like, this inventory is, and names a very long number of days.
Kika made
On a
it.
date.
Maybe-
I believe
maybe
Kika
I'll-
made this. All of the things are described in non-useful ways.
The circular bottle.
The tube 1, tube
What is
strawberry,
What
tube.
is the red stapler? I don't understand the red stapler.
When you said it, I know what it feels like to be moved by telekinetic.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all need to get your damn irons out of the gutter.
Oh, because the thing.
Can't help it.
Some time will pass and you make it back to Duranga. It will take a little bit of time to kind of get all of these individuals resituated, so you will have a little bit of time before the Batleth will be leaving. You are enthusiastically greeted by Decker. He's like, I wasn't sure where you were. And he like sweeps you up in his arms. There's like a spinning around and a lot of smooching.
A lot of smooching. So much smooching.
Their hormones are gonna go crazy.
I really
Humans.
don't want to know this.
Humans, right?
I don't want to know this.
Kika like on your shoulder, being like,
There's like
When
Climbs
the-
up there to say this.
When the teenagers have their hormones, is that? Are you
They
gonna
have to
explain
get
all
their
that?
hormones.
yeah, teenagers need the
balanced again.
hormones, but they're just being young.
Yeah. So let's say we can do a little fast forward because we can tell the story later. But what happens is we get back to Duranga. I'm gonna like fanfic a little bit if you don't
narrate.
mind. We get back to Duranga, and Rachel is in the process of like the people that she called are there, and then crowds part. Deckard is there. There's a the
light.
pause everything, the light, the god ray or whatever. And then there's lots of smooching and she abandons everything that she was doing and they go, somewhere probably. Like we're doing this from the point of view of like you guys on the ship. And then some time passes and you probably don't hear anything from her for a while you're getting the slaves, off of the ship and whatnot. The people that she talked to are still like helping you out. She made arrangements knowing that she was probably gonna. And then probably like 2 days later, Rachel comes back and she has a bag and a very small dog penguin and her eyes are bloodshot and she doesn't say a word. And she goes back to her room and she shuts the door.
I think Theo watches her walk in, and then she looks over at Ziana and she's like, "This isn't my department." And she walks off.
It wouldn't be the first time that I got a new crew member who just decided that they were now a crew member.
Meet me, Captain. Who was that?
Where are you?
I'm like,
It's still in the copulation
I'm like
queue?
sitting in the
Still
copulation
convalescing?
cube, but I can see like.
Is the door open and your
yeah, the
feet
door's
are all
open and my
portal
legs
there?
are like dangling out the side.
That was Rachel, the newest member of our crew.
She taught me how to shoot.
I think she shot me.
You shot me. So I think we're all just going to let it go. Well, Serin is waiting.
We can still get repairs. Like, he goes
We
like,
didn't spend the last 2 days
been 2 days.
doing
Can I finish them in 2 days?
Yes.
so-
It'll take probably a couple more days, but
Probably
eventually.
enough to
Enough to get Sarin. We're good to go, Cap.
And that is where we shall take a break for a few weeks. We will return June 27th. We're going to be taking a 3-week intermission. And after that, they may never return from where they're going next. At this point, the dialogue option comes up and says, you will not be able to access any other quest items. Please ensure you have completed all side quests before you proceed with this mission.
And then as soon as we leave Duranga, it explodes.
See,
JK, LOL.
Final Fantasy 15 needed that.
It did. It was the before you got on the train. It was like, you're not going to come back for a while. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, a couple chapters.
Well,
No,
yeah,
that was
A
the
while
game.
is the rest
That
of
was
the
the rest of the
game.
game.
I'm very excited for what's happening next. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I think we're a penny away from the goal.
Are you serious?
Wait.
Penny away, thanks to Paladin.
I don't have any coins with me.
One penny there.
Does anyone have a penny?
Quick, someone throw a penny.
I feel like
They
We
stopped
can't throw
making
pennies. That's
those
how
in
glass
Canada.
works.
Can't because PayPal would keep 31 cents of it.
No. I was talking about like a real life
Like a real
penny.
one. Throw it.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna throw
Like-
a real penny at you.
Here.
I don't carry money
there-
anymore.
No,
Quick.
don't worry, I will round it off for the next show.
Is there a fountain anywhere nearby?
Just
found
that's
one.
unlucky.
Just like go into the.
We got a few more donations that came through after the break. The first one was from Paladin Hulk with 569. Hi everyone, please join me in being upset that some early morning fog has ruined my chances of watching a beautiful sunrise in your company. Salute. I'm sorry, but early morning fog can be mysterious and beautiful in its own way.
And scary, like that one movie, The Fog.
That's also true, and terrifying and full of murder. Pumpkin with $142.85.
Pumpkin.
I feel like you
That's
must have a
a lot.
specific currency. Like, one, that's amazing, and two, I feel like it's
Or
like
maybe he's trying to get the number to a
true.
specific
Yeah.
number.
welcome to the Edge of Destiny. Please direct our attention to flight attendants as they detail the safety procedures. Please read the safety brochure located in the back of the seat in front of you. Emergency exits are marked by a red landing strip. Yeah, you are overestimating how well secured Bounty's Grace was as a ship. They did not have the requisite safety features, nor just the Batleth.
I mean, they
for
had a
that
bunch
matter.
of escape pods. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
I don't remember if I gave the Batleth escape pods.
No.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think
no,
I
there
don't
was
think you-
one, wasn't there, that
We
we used
stole-
as a...
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, we used it
We
as
used-
a waste as a crybaby.
Yeah, as a crybaby.
Yeah, yeah. That
So
probably
the
it.
answer is it has no escape pods.
Yeah, we
well,
had
we
it.
could
as-
have kept one of the escape pods from the Bounty's Grace. It was a
That wouldn't
same.
fit
I don't
onto
think they're
our
compatible.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
one
it
of
was
those
a frigate.
things of
They
like,
were.
It's
It's
like-
the same hull. Technically.
It's like IBM and Apple.
Oh.
You would probably. Yeah, you could probably have salvaged it.
one.
Can we,
Yeah.
can we
Apple
totally
and,
do
like,
that
getting
then? So we
a
have an
Mac.
Salvage
escape
have an
pod?
escape pod.
Nice. We have one escape pod.
we have an escape pod?
One.
Does
That's-
it-
And we have a fighter.
That's our
Oh,
loot.
yes.
we have the Kuthra.
It's not on the Batleth.
It's
But it
on
is
It's
Sarin.
true. It's on Sarin.
Paladin Hulk with the final donation with $10. I'm gonna miss Leviathan these next few weeks. Feels like it only just got started again. You're a
It
great
did. It
crew.
was only 3
It
weeks.
was only 3 weeks. But we'll be back in 3 weeks with so many feelings to process or not process because that's what this crew is known for.
We don't have feelings.
yeah,
No, feelings.
no.
No one has feelings.
Look, Rachel had no feelings.
Kika has feelings.
I just want to know.
Carry on, I was trying to...
Oh.
I just want to know.
I was like, what do you
One time that we stopped at the cross.
I want to know whose bedroom Rachel just co-opted. It's
No, it's-
definitely
No,
yours.
it was mine.
It was Thea's
It
old
was-
room because
it
Thea
was
was
Thea's
living in
old
the
room.
room.
Oh, right.
Thea gave
I
me
think-
her
Got you.
room. Thea
I
and
mean,
Kika abandoned
forgot
their
about
room.
Kika
that.
has
Yeah.
a small space in engineering. Remember?
That's
It's
right.
Right. No, I knew that.
And
But
Thea
I
has
forgot that you
been-
had moved into the copulation cube.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Thea
I
has
don't know
not
where-
been sleeping in the copulation cube. I think she's been sleeping at the comms desk.
Yeah.
Because there's all that bedding underneath the comms
It's
desk
true.
for
Kika's
Kika.
hidey hole.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So I think she's just been curling up
just,
under
like,
there.
I
There.
have so
People.
many notes to make on how much feels we're going to have to confront
Yes.
before we all go to our deaths.
Is-
I mean, to our victory.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
no.
have I got an email from my son yet?
Find out. I'll make a couple
In
of
3
notes.
weeks.
In 3 weeks.
About things that y'all get.
It's
Okay, anyway. Hi,
so-
my name is BlueJay. You can usually find me on twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at ShellGame. Not doing anything on Twitch yet, but that doesn't mean things won't happen in the future. If you want to see live performances, check out sarahperforms.com. That's Sarah with an H, performs.com. I have... Thank you. It was your oh, remember ShellGame, and I was like, oh right, that's important.
Yeah.
Spelling's important.
Yeah.
I'm headed to Victoria this weekend, so if you're in Victoria, BC, check it out, the Paper Street Theater. I will be doing a show about a single place, but throughout all of time.
There's
I
a comic
know.
book about that.
That's cool.
Oh, I think I read it, but went much younger. Anyway, that's all I got.
Dan Poslins at Dan Poslins.
National treasure.
Succinct.
My name's Jackie Dash, Jakidash. Monday Fun Days where you can usually find me. There's gonna be a small sewing stream on Saturday.
Ooh. Lizzie the Bold at the Twitches and the Twitters. All of my streaming equipment is currently in boxes, so I'm not doing that right now. But I mean, who knows in the future?
It's still in boxes?
Yeah, and my internet is also like really slow, so
Oh,
I need to
no.
call Comcast. But don't worry about that.
Crap.
It's okay. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Random Tuesday. You can find me at Random Tuesday on Twitch and Twitter and most of the various social medias. And you can catch me tomorrow morning. I'll be streaming, working on some cosplay. And I'm going to rehash a couple of our quick announcements as some reminders. This month we are celebrating, and next month we will be celebrating Pride. And by giving away some shirts during the breaks of our RPG shows. So Eat, Pray, Kill, and Leviathan Distant Stars. So stay tuned for those. Come and watch and enjoy the shows, and you might win a cool t-shirt or tank top, pretty much whatever you choose of that general on the body variety, but I promise it'll have fewer holes than the things Dan's wearing right now.
Benjamin Franklin's gout won this last time.
That
so
is
you can
true.
be just
Yeah.
as cool as they are.
You can be as cool as
Benjamin Franklin's
Okay.
gout.
Yeah.
Eat, Pray, Kill will be on this Friday and next week as well, but Leviathan will be dark for the next 3 weeks. We're hoping, we're not 100% sure exactly what's going to fill the spot for
behind the screens.
behind the screens as well, because I'm traveling to England. And Seth would kill me if I showed up for a show. Anyway, so you can stay tuned on social media. We'll update and announce what exactly is going to be filling some of those slots. And Aloft, the new Dungeons & Dragons show in partnership with Brave Monday, will be starting up, anticipated to start on June 11th.
Ooh.
And that's the main things. Check out our Patreon. In the meantime, thank you everybody who donated, and we will see you on Friday night at 7 p.m. for Eat, Pray, Kill.
Oh, wait,
Make a quick
wait.
announcement. Yes. Also, Friday over on Anna Geeks, twitch.tv/Anna Geeks, is going to be her last stream before she goes to get married. And has, I imagine, a slight hiatus and then comes back and resumes streaming. So on Friday, y'all should go over to Anna Geeks' stream and watch her stream and also wish her a happy nuptials.
Not that I endorse.
She didn't-
having me on
I don't
the
give a
channel.
shit. She didn't tell
Oh,
me
yeah.
to do that. I'm doing it
Legit,
on my
Anna
own.
doesn't
It's
say
also
that.
my 4-year anniversary.
Oh, it's
of
also
streaming.
her 4-year stream anniversary.
That's a big one.
So Friday, Anna Geeks. What time do you start streaming?
Support your producers.
Morning.
Like 10-ish Pacific time.
You
Twitch.tv/Anna
Also,
Geeks.
if you support Anna on Patreon, she might give you cookies, I heard.
Cookies
That's
on
what I
Patreon.
heard.
So consider that cookies.
I mean, I can validate
They were
that they were
delicious.
amazing.
Even
and she
the
was like,
shame ones.
these
Thank you
are
for
not
letting me
good."
hijack your announcements.
No worries. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you this Friday. Have a great day-night cycle. Goodbye.
Bye.
I did that for Periscope.